Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do my mental health placement review or reflection, or call it whatever you like really, but it's really talking about my mental health placement as a second year physician associate student. As you all may know by now, I've started my rotation. There are specialties, and my first rotation was mental health. I actually completed it today, and I thought, while the things are still fresh in my memory and I have so much to do afterwards, I'd rather just get this video out and hopefully you enjoy or get a few learning points. So first of all, I was posted to this hospital, which I can't mention due to confidentiality, alongside 4 of my other colleagues who are also PA students in the same course as me. So I was placed alongside my friend in the home crisis team. A couple of my friends were placed in the ward, and a couple of my other friends were placed in an intensive ward. But also within this hospital there is another ward called mother and baby unit, and that is also an inpatient setting dedicated for mothers and baby who may be having mental health conditions. So when it comes to the first day of placement, I came to realize that within the home crisis team, at the moment, also due to COVID, there wasn't a lot to do for doctors, which then related that there wasn't a lot to do for physician associates. When it came to our responsibility, or how the day would run, is that usually we'll turn up to placement at 9 o'clock in the morning. We would then have an MDT meeting, which is a multidisciplinary meeting, alongside mental health nurses, senior doctors or consultants, and allied professionals who might be involved within the patient's care. And also within this MDT meeting, we would review a list of patients that may be indicated for doctor's review, meaning that a doctor will go out to meet this patient. Again, home crisis team. So we basically we go and visit the patient, and we aid them in their recovery post. It could be post discharge from a ward, or also from a referral from a community. And we would also review patients who may need like medication reviews, and would also often be followed up by mental health nurses who will then deal with that, or may need other help such as social services or referral to allied professionals within the community. And the whole point of the home crisis team is to ensure that this patient is being compliant with their medication, or that they are not suffering from worsening side effects from their condition, and they're not being, again, at risk to themselves or to others. And the whole point of the home crisis team is to then refer the patient back to the community and have the community then follow up. So we're an in-between, I would say the home crisis team is an in-between, I don't know if to call it sector within mental health, that basically deals with ensuring that the patient is safe to being out in the community. Correct me if I'm wrong under the description box, but that's basically what I've understood from it. And again, another place that I got access to was the mother and baby unit, which I absolutely loved. It was a great experience. First of all, I have never heard of a mother and baby unit, and having had the opportunity to rotate within this various department enabled me to understand the various sectors that are involved within mental health on its own. And it just made me realize that mental health is just more than its condition, and it just has a lot of people involved, and I think that was amazing. So with the mother and baby unit, it worked a bit differently. So because it was a ward, we would have we'll come in the morning again at 9 o'clock, and usually at 9:30 we would have a handover from the night staff, and the meeting would have nursery staff and mental health nurses alongside PAs, doctors, and also social worker, psychologist, and some allied professionals. So with the mother and baby unit, what I got to understand that it's a tertiary care, and they're very few in the UK on its own. It's basically has to do with mothers who may have mental health condition and is not allowing them to take care of their babies, and therefore they need to be within this unit to ensure that babies' care are being met, but at the same time they are also receiving the appropriate care and rest that they need. So when it comes to the mother and baby unit, there is a referral, a national referrals that needs to be completed online via healthcare. So this could be maybe someone in the hospital that has assessed this mother and decided that they will benefit by staying in the mother and baby unit. Again, there are some inclusion and exclusion criteria, and if you want to know more about that, I would leave a link to what a mother and baby unit is, and literally have a read, and you can understand what the inclusion and exclusion criteria for admission is. We'll have the handover, discuss the patient, and then we would have a ward round. Usually the ward round will happen on a Monday and occasionally on a Friday just before the weekend, so that the weekend staff are not are updated with what's going on again with the patient. With ward rounds, this will happen within a room, and the patient, so the mom, will get called in, and we would basically go through of history, asking them if there are any new complaints or new presentation or worsening of any kind, go through their medication and see whether they understand why they're taking certain medication, and also go through how they are relating with their babies, and if they're struggling in anything, or if they're finding the help from the nursery staff helpful. And again, it's basically like a chat, finding out, and if they have any physical presentation, we'll then also go over to taking a history for that physical presentation that they might be presenting with, and then discuss for the management from there on. So that's how the ward round usually works. Maybe that's how I found it works in this particular mother and baby unit. So the things that I got to see in mental health, well, they really varied, and I would say due to the fact that I had the opportunity to be in the home crisis team and also being in the mother and baby unit, I found that we saw people usually ranging from the age of 18 upwards, and the variety and the vast of their condition were so many, from depression to schizophrenia, bipolar affective disorders, paranoia. Yeah, so basically there's just varied, and I think I like the variety of mental disorders that I saw. When it comes to the what I've learned, definitely I got to learn how to take a full psychiatric history, and I emphasize on the full. Reason being is because with mental health there is a lot that you need to ask, and again I'll leave references down below on a template that you can easily find on Stop on how to take a full psychiatric history. There's so many things you need to cover, and I think paying attention to details is very important in medical field, but most especially in mental health, because reading underneath the lines really will help you understand that person and their presentation. Another thing I got to learn is how to do an MSc, which is a mental state examination. Mental state examination is basically looking at how they appear, their behavior, their mood, assessing their risks, and again I'll leave down a link of an amazing PDF from Stop on how to complete a mental state examination. I also got the chance to do a mini mental state examination, and again that is to assess memory and concentration. I also managed to get involved in scribing for the consultant during ward round, meaning that I was the one typing up what was going on and what was being said, and that was really fun to do. I managed to get hands-on experience on taking a full history and completing MSCs, and yeah, that was really good. Another thing I would definitely say is I got to understand the importance of having various people involved in the care of someone. So with mental health, I tend to see that it's not just you and the patient, unlike you working in GP and a patient comes to you and it's just two of you having that interaction. With mental health, there is a group of people involved, and this sometimes can involve care coordinators, can involve social services, can involve psychologists, can involve dietitian, literally you name it. There is really a multidisciplinary team involved in the care of that patient. And it just got me to realize, especially now with COVID, how important technology is sometimes. And we would have something called a care approach meeting. So with care approach meetings, these are meetings that are basically done over like a online platform where all these other allied care professionals would join in, and we would discuss the patient and discuss how to go from that, from maybe for their discharge. If they're being discharged, what would we do, or who would be involved, if they needed anything in terms of like referrals, or you know. So I really got to understand where other allied professionals will be coming in terms of providing holistic care for the patient. When it comes to what I think has benefited me in this placement, is definitely being proactive. I found myself real quick, me and my friend actually, we found ourselves quickly wanting to do more from the first day. And this might be something I would definitely recommend. If you're someone that's shy, please don't be shy. I'll definitely say grab the opportunity as it comes. Go ahead and do the history, go ahead and take initiative and do an MSc. For example, we were just shadowing at the beginning and I wasn't comfortable with that. I wanted to take history, I wanted to do MSc. So one day we went to see a patient at home, and the doctor was taking their history and did not do an MSc. When we got back to base, I told her that I'd completed an MSc, if she could have a look, and she was really impressed. She said, you know what, I did a mental one, but the fact that you took notes for that shows me how proactive you were. And ever since then, she was so open to making us take histories ourselves. So definitely I'll say be proactive, find yourself the opportunities. If there is a way you can shine, make yourself shine. That's how I see it. We then also got to do is although we're meant to be in the home crisis team, we'd explain to them that because of COVID and we're not getting as many patients to see, therefore if they could allow us have a couple of days a week in the mother and baby unit, because it's a ward, we had more things to do, such as medication review, CPAs we could attend to, and again just taking histories again, because sometimes we would have admission. So we managed to clap the patient and take a full psychiatric history, and that was the only way we could also get case basis signed off. So when it comes to our rotation in PA school, we have a portal where we document things that we've done. So for mental health, we had to document 3 case-based discussion, meaning that it could range from a presentation of a patient, and you could discuss this patient with your supervisor, and the supervisor would then have to sign whether you've recommended a plan, whether you've you know, come up or studied more about that particular condition or presentation. So they would then sign it, and that's a way that the university would say, yes, this person has gone on mental health placement and they've achieved the pass or whatever. Also, we had to about 2 patients a day on our patient log, meaning that we had an Excel sheet and would have to discuss if we've done a full history, and then write up the full history that we did, of course anonymizing the patient. And yeah, other than that, really that's my mental health placement in a nutshell. Overall, I would say that I really enjoyed my mental health placement. I was not expecting to, actually. And one thing I would say, do not have a preconceived idea. Go onto your placement with an open mind, and honestly you will enjoy it, and create opportunity for yourself. I 100% that is what I've learned from this placement. I definitely found myself being more confident in taking psychiatric histories. I was more confident in being around someone who may be potentially aggressive, but also knowing that you have people with you that can help you de-escalate that procedure was more reassuring. I enjoyed it because I found myself creating opportunity for myself and really creating learning objectives of learning outcomes for myself, and when those outcomes were signed off, I felt so happy about myself. I would say the experience has really taught me to go beyond what the appearance of a person is and really understand why they might be feeling that type of way and what is causing them to feel that type of way. Again, I did have a few negative, I will not say experience, but a few sad stories. I did hear about some sad stories that would get you to cry, and sometimes you cannot understand or you can't comprehend. However, as a healthcare professional, you're there to be empathetic towards that individual, and all you want to do is provide the best possible care. And I feel like this placement has really helped me understand the importance of communication, because with psychiatry is really all about communication. Big communication. And I would also say just knowing how to write your notes properly. Our notes were always reviewed, and that really helped enhance my writing, because remember, a lot of other people are involved in the care of this patient. Therefore, a social worker might go back and read your notes, a care coordinator might go back and read your note, and you want to ensure that that management plan that you're putting forth for that patient is understandable to anyone who's going to take over after you care. Especially for me, because I was allocated in the home crisis team, we played a really big part in ensuring that the plan and the post care for that patient was understood by whoever is going to take, whether the community, whether social services. So I'll definitely say note taking and communication are a big part in what I've learned from mental health, and I'm so grateful for the placement that I got, because I enjoyed my time there. I enjoyed, and when we're leaving, it was a bittersweet moment, and I hate that feeling. I absolutely hate that feeling, but overall I enjoyed my mental health placement. Again, if you like this video, please thumbs up and share this video if you want to as well. Like, share and subscribe, as they usually say, and hopefully see you in my next rotation review that I can't wait. So yeah.